Dashera ki jai. Shri Ramachandra Vijayotsava ki jai. Haribo. So it's very important celebration today. It is the victory over evil, good over evil. Since beginning of the universe, there were asuras and devatas. Devatas are devotees of the Lord, and asuras are against the Lord, enemies of the Lord. So naturally the Lord protects his devotees and he chastises his miscreants, non-believers. So today, a day like today, Ravana was killed by Lord Ramchandra. So Ravana was a devotee of Lord Shiva, you know that. This is from Srimad Bhagavatam, 4th canto, chapter 7, text 47. The purport Srila Prabhupada explained. There is a saying that when Krishna protects someone, no one can do him harm. And when Krishna wants to kill someone, no one can protect him. You know that saying? Mare Krishna Rake Krishna Mare. Krishna wants to protect someone, nobody can harm. And if Krishna wants to kill somebody, nobody can protect. Vivid example of that is Ravana. Ravana was a great devotee of Lord Shiva, but when Lord Ramachandra wanted to kill him, Lord Shiva could not protect him. If some demigod, even Lord Shiva or Lord Brahma, want to harm to a devotee, Krishna protects the devotee. But when Krishna wants to kill someone, such as Ravana or Hiranyakashipu, no demigod can protect him. So that's very clear indication that the Lord is above all the devatas, higher than all of them, supremely powerful. When Lord Chaitanya was touring South India, he stayed at the house of one Brahmin. This Brahmin was a Rama Bhakta. He was worshipping Lord Rama. So, noon was approaching and the Brahmana wasn't start cooking. So the Lord asked him, are you going to cook for your Thakurji? He has a deity of Lord Ramchandra. And you know what the Brahmana said? He said, I'm waiting that Ramchandra's brother, Lakshman, brings some vegetable from the forest so I can start cooking. That was his meditation. After a few minutes, he started cooking. And then he offered to the Lord, and then gave Lord Chaitanya Mahaprasad. And after Lord Chaitanya finished eating, he saw that the Brahmana was not eating. So Lord Chaitanya asked him, why are you still fasting? Please break your fast, take prasad. And the Brahmana said, how can I eat when Sita Devi was kidnapped by Ravana? I'm going to fast until death. I can't tolerate that the Mother of the Universe was kidnapped by this demon. And to pacify him, Lord Chaitanya said, no, please don't think like that. No demon can touch Sita Devi. It was given Maya Sita to Ravana, not the real Sita. Maya Sita. She was not touched by anything. Don't worry, please take your prasad. So the Brahmana was pacified, he took this prasad. The Lord went touring other temples and he found the manuscript of one Purana explaining that Sita Devi was taken to Agni, the plant of Agni, to shelter there. So when the Maya Sita entered the fire, the real Sita came out. That's the way that happened. No? So when Lord Ramachandra sent Hanuman to find Sita, he gave his ring, as a proof to give her. And Hanuman is a son. Who's the father and mother of Hanuman? Yeah, the boy. You. Who? Vayu, correct. But you know what? He was given to Vayu as a son, but he was born from Shiva and Parvati. You know the story? That once in Kailas, Shiva and Parvati were watching some monkeys, jumping from tree to tree, branch to branch. So Parvati jokingly told Shiva, let's become monkeys and jump also like them. So they became both monkeys, and they were jumping like that. And when she became pregnant, a monkey was born. A true story. So they gave to Vayu the son. And Vayu gave it to the king of the monkeys. And the queen of the monkeys, what was her name? Anjani. Anjani. So Hanuman is known as Anjani Sutta. Okay? His mother will give him ripe fruit, very nice ripe fruit. One day he asked his mother, Mother Anjani, why the fruit are so sweet and nice? And she told him, because the sun enters the fruit and make them ripe, they become sweet. So one day Hanuman was looking for fruit. He couldn't find ripe fruit, only green. So he thought, if the sun makes the fruit sweet, the sun must be very sweet. So I'm gonna eat the sun. So he became gigantic, very huge, big, and put the sun in his mouth. Immediately all the universe became dark. All devatas were frightened. It's not time for destruction of the universe yet. So they went to Lord Brahma. And Brahma, along with all the devatas, went to Hanuman, and Indra was threatening Hanuman. Release the sun immediately. Otherwise I will harm you. And Hanuman would not open his mouth. He just moved his shoulder. I don't care, So Indra threw his Vajra and he broke Hanuman's jaw. Hanuman was in pain, but he would not open his mouth. Then, seeing that situation, Lord Brahma intervened. Lord Brahma told Hanuman, Hanuman, I know you are in great pain and you are hungry. I promise you, if you release the sun, I will cure your jaw and will give you a lot of ripe, sweet fruit. Immediately, a hill of fruit appeared there. And so Hanuman agreed, and Brahmaji, he throws some water on the jaw, he cured it. So he opened mouth, was released. That's true story, that's in the Purana, the Maya. So, devatas were very much worried that this monkey may do more crazy things. So they made him forget his divine powers. Only when he needed to find Sita Devi, the demigods allowed him to remember his powers. And that's why he was able to jump to Ceylon, Sri Lanka. With the ring, he found Sita Devi, and he gave the message and gave the ring. And he offered, dear mother, if you want, you can climb my shoulder. I take you right now to Lord Ramchandra. She said, no. He's my husband, and this demon, he took me away from him. He must come and kill this demon. Then he can take me back. That's the way the Kshatriyas do things. So when Lord Ramchandra wanted to cross the ocean, he he called for the ocean, but the ocean would not come. I mean, the personified ocean. So the Lord became angry with red eyes, looked at the ocean, and the water was becoming very hot. All the aquatics, they were very uncomfortable. So immediately the personified Sagar came, paid obeisance to the Lord and asked forgiveness. And the Lord asked him, I want to do the bridge over this ocean. Will you cooperate? Yes, my Lord, of course. I'm your servant, your eternal servant. So the Lord, with the help of all the monkeys, they made the bridge. The stone were floating in the water. Do you know why Lord Ramachandra had to take help from monkeys? There is a story behind that. Do you know?
Yeah. So my dad told me that Lord Narada, he was being very proud that, oh, I will never get attracted to anyone. And then he saw one princess and he said, oh, I want to marry her. And then he asked Lord Vishnu if he could make
Very good. Okay. Let me tell the story because I thought it very nice. So microphone, everybody can hear the story. So once Narad Muni went to see Lord Vishnu, and he told Lord Vishnu, my dear Lord, now I am free from your Maya, your illusory energy. I am above that. Lord Vishnu said, that's very nice, Narad, but please be careful with pride. Maya is very powerful. Pride is not good. He said, no, I'm fine. So anyway, Lord Vishnu wanted to teach lesson to Narad. So Narad, he was going somewhere in the universe, and he landed in one planet. In this planet, there was big festivity, palaces decoration, the road decorated, trumpets and different instruments being played. So he arrived at the palace, and the king received him nicely and welcomed him and asked for his blessing and washed his feet, gave him prasad, everything. So Narad Muni asked, what is the occasion for the festivity? He said, oh, my daughter, the princess, she's gonna choose her future groom. And she's great devotee of the Lord. And she has aspiration to marry Lord Hari himself. Please give your blessing. So the princess came, offered respect and prayer to Narad Muni. And Narad Muni saw that she was very, very beautiful and very shy and very learned and very humble. Very nice, good quality. So he gave blessings and he went to see Lord Vishnu, Lord Hari. And he told, my dear Lord, I'm going to ask you blessing from you. Will you give it to me? Yes, whatever you want. I want to have the face of Hari. You want to have the princess. I want to have the face of Hari. Okay, you are my dear devotee, of course, my blessing. You have the face of Hari. So Narad was very happy. He went to the Swayambara and was sitting with all the devatas and, brahmanas, sages, waiting to be chosen. So the princess came with the garland in hand. Whoever she chose, she will put the garland on. So Narad Muni was immediately there, putting his neck forward, here I am. She looked at him and she laughed. And she kept on. And suddenly Lord Hari himself came. Lord Vishnu, forearm. She ran to him and put the garland around him. So Narada became very disturbed. He was so he ran to complain to Lord Hari Vishnu. He passed in front of a mirror, and he looked at the mirror. He had the face of a monkey. So he became more angry. He told Lord Hari, I asked you to have the face of Hari, not a monkey. You don't specify which Hari you wanted, because Hari had different meanings. One of the meaning is monkey, so you got what you know. So Lord became upset. He said, next time you go to earth, only the monkeys will give you help. Since you make me monkey now, only the monkeys will help. Nobody else. So that's how Lord Ramchandra had to get help from the monkeys. Now when they arrived in Sri Lanka, you know the NASA discovered the bridge underneath the ocean. 30 kilometers long, and a curve, not natural formations, intelligently made by some intelligent persons. So that proved Ramayana is not mythology, so we are history. It is history, not mythology. So, when they arrived in Lanka, they camped, it was at night, they camped there. And Hanuman, with his tail, he made a fortress around Ramchandra to protect him at night. Ramchandra will sleep, but Hanuman will be awake all night, vigilant that no demons will come. But one demon, his name was Ravana, came underneath the earth, the tunnel, and he kidnapped Lord Ramchandra while sleeping and took him to the other side of the world. Prabhupada was in Venezuela. I was fortunate to have his wonderful association. And one morning in the park, he told us that the demons took Lord Ramchandra through a tunnel 8,000 kilometers long. Took him to Brazil. Prabhupada said Brazil. We were surprised, Lord Ramchandra in Brazil? Because Ramayana said the other side of the world. So Prabhupada looked at the map of the world, and he made a straight line from Sri Lanka and landed in Brazil. So Prabhupada's conclusion, this place must be Brazil. And the idea the Rakshasas kidnapped the Lord was to sacrifice him in front of Goddess Kali. They were worshipping big Goddess Kali in a cave. So Lord Ramchandra told them, because they asked him, you have to bow down in front of Goddess Kali. Lord Ramchandra said, I am a prince, I don't know how to bow down. You must teach me how to do it. So all the Rakshasa bowed down, and Lord Ramchandra took a sword, chopped up the head. All the demons. The Ramayana said that Hanuman followed him behind, because he was every half an hour or so he would see if the Lord is sleeping. So one time he was looking, the Lord wasn't there, and was a hole in the ground. So he followed through the tunnel. And he was hiding behind the Murti of Kali. So when Lord Ramchandra started chopping heads, he also was helping him, chopping heads of him. And this happened in Brazil. So I wrote a book about Prabhupada visit to Venezuela. It is published in Spanish, and next year hopefully will be published in English. And I made some investigation, and I found out interesting thing about Brazil. To begin with, there is an ancient abandoned town that historically, previous 1,000 years ago, was known as Hanuman, the town. Hanuman, with an H and everything. And the name Brazil did not exist at that time. Different name. And you know what was the name of Brazil previously? Pindorama. The name Rama is there, the name of the country. And Pindo comes from Pinda. Pinda is offering oblations. Anyway, so Prabhupada told us that all the gold Ravana was having in Sri Lanka was coming from the mines in Brazil, of the gold. And he asked us if there was still gold in Brazil. He said, oh, a lot of gold, even up to today. A lot of gold. So, and then the war started. Vibhishana changed, he joined Lord Ramchandra. Ramchandra gave him protection. He has promised whoever takes shelter from him, he will give all protection. Because Vibhishana understood that Ravana was evil. To kidnap somebody's wife is evil. It's a very, very inappropriate thing to do against her will. So Ravana was doomed to be destroyed. And the war went on very, very, so much power was there, When they were fighting, Indrajit, Ravana's son, he threw a poison arrow at Lakshmana. Lakshmana fainted, lost consciousness. So Ramchandra asked Hanuman, go bring the mountain, bring the earth. So the Hanuman could not find the earth, he brought all the mountain. All the big of the mountain he brought. And he was cured. But you know what Lord Ramchandra told Lakshman? Remember the Aboriginal women, remember the forest, she was giving us berries, remember? And she was biting first, only the sweet one she will give, the sour one she will throw away. But she was biting first. So Lord Ramchandra took those berries, but Lakshman didn't want to eat those berries, bitten by her. What was her name? Shabari. So Lord Ramchandra told him, because he didn't accept the berries by Shabari, that's why the poison had effect on you. If you had eaten those berries, you would not have been affected by the poisonous arrow. But just see, the love of the Lord with his devotees, the reciprocation. It's very, very beautiful. Finally, Lord Ramchandra pierced the heart of Ravana, killed him. He was first cutting his heads. He had 10 heads. He would cut one head with an arrow, another head would grow up. Very powerful Asura. But then Vibhishana told him, in the heart, that would kill him. So you will be surprised to know that in Sri Lanka there are still people who worship Ravana. You know that? Worship the demons. We burn the demons. We are going to burn the demon Ravana right now. We don't like the demons. We like the devotees of the Lord and the Lord. Demons are enemies of the Lord. So we don't like them. But the Lord through them teach us that goodness will prevail and evil will be destroyed. Always. Don't doubt that. Krishna said in the Bhagavad Gita to Arjuna, Kauntaya pratijanahina vibhakta pranashyati. Declare it to the world, my devotee will never be vanquished. Never be vanquished. And devotee means he knows the Lord form is eternal, is spiritual. The Lord doesn't have a material body made of flesh and bone that die and get old and all these things. Even when the Lord comes to the material world, he keeps his spiritual body, eternal body, unchanged. He allowed the world to see him and touch him. Even demons could fight him and touch him. But that because he wanted that too. But only devotees understood his divinity and worshipped him and served him. So unless one is devotee, even seeing God in front of him can't understand God. So more important than seeing is to hear and understand the glories of the Lord. That's more important. And because we are hearing about the Lord's pastime through Guru Parampara and the Siddhic succession, we now know Lord Ramchandra is Bhagavan, the Supreme Lord. And he came to this earth to establish religious principle, to show the world that demons always are going to be defeated and destroyed, and the devotees will be always victorious. So that's what we want to tell the whole world. Become devotee of the Lord. Don't be inimical to the Lord. Don't be atheist. Don't be impersonalist. Be a devotee. That's better position, higher position. So thank you very much for coming and hearing. Anybody has any comment, question? Very good. So, what is the next program then?
We have a cultural program and then
Well, we have a cultural program, I forgot. We have a
then we
dance.
did burning for effigy.
Thank you very much. Hare Krishna. Jai Shri Ramchandra Ji Jai.
So once again, we need a few minutes. We're just going to go ahead and move the benches out so that we can have a small area for